G'day, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Jug Show. So, today we're going to be doing a comic review of this year's summer event of One World Under Doom. This blew my mind. It's a very fascinating comic filled with all forms of social conscience and a good description of the social political climate of what we actually live in today, especially in the US, which makes a lot of sense, seeing as how Marvel is definitely centered around the US. I'm not sure if that's where he lives. No, I don't believe it's where he lives currently. But Ryan North, as a Canadian, he living pretty much next door to the US. There have been a lot of, especially in today's climate, a lot of back and forth these days between the idea of living in Canada or the living in the US. So it's really showing that Ryan has a lot of social conscience and understanding. So I'm finding that very fascinating. I'm really liking where he's going with that, and he's he's not holding back either. In a lot of events that do this, they usually play it to an allegory. They usually uh, not play it underhanded. They try and soften blows. They do things that make it seem like they're talking about it, but they're not absolutely talking about it. Ryan straight up starts the book with Doom talking about the issues of how our society works. The fact we have to pay for healthcare, the fact we have to pay for housing, we have to pay for education, and as the years go by, it's gotten harder and harder and harder. He's very aware of these. This isn't him being woke, this is just him being right. Ryan, with this book, is shining a massive light on that. This is also what's going to be very tricky for the heroes. Doom is right. Everything Doom has said in this comic book, nothing he said is a lie. The closest thing to a lie is saying that he's teamed up with Zemo. But as we could see with the reactions that there were when the original previews and textless previews were put out, that everyone was upset with the idea of him teaming up with Zemo due to the fact he's a Nazi. Well, we just proved Doom isn't working with Nazis. He's trying to control them. He's killed them. He has decimated Hydra. Doom knows what he's doing. He knows the game he's playing. And he's winning. We haven't even seen... The closest thing we had to getting a chance to beat him was the Faded Blade that we saw on Fantastic Four 28. And he's destroyed that. This has always been the very most compelling part about Doom. He's not wrong. Everything he tries to fix are genuine issues, and he tries to fix it in ways that he knows can actually benefit the people. The problem is, he puts himself at the center. He believes so much in himself that he is right that he will not let anyone who thinks he's wrong get away with the idea of him being wrong. That's what we see in the start. So, we're starting off. He's addressing the world. This felt a little bit reminiscent of the House of X #6, when we had Charles Xavier addressing the planet. The difference is, Doom is doing it, he's doing it very upfront. He's doing it through a channel that, while already seems intimidating, it isn't as intimidating as what Charles did. Charles entered the minds of everybody at once on the planet. To do that, people probably would have felt violated. They're talking about their inner minds, and this one dude is getting in all of their minds and during this one random day, and they probably wouldn't appreciate that. Doom is being very upfront. He's doing it over the TVs. He's broadcasting his words. Granted, he's taking that form of communication. He's taken over all the TVs, But the fact is, as Sorcerer Supreme, he probably could have done the same thing Charles did, but he didn't. So he knows better. He knows he's trying not to actually come off as intimidating. He is genuinely there to help, but when it came to what Doom was saying and what Charles was saying, Charles was definitely trying to be intimidating. He was a guy that was fed up with everything that's been happening, so he's gonna now start being sterner and all that. Doom is a stern guy trying to come off as the ultimate hero to the world. There we have our number one. There we have our first step. So, Doom is now in charge, and he is now uniting all the world under the flag of Latveria. This is actually where it's getting really cool. Because of the fact that now he controls every single individual nation, he now pretty much, and how the world is now pretty much a singular Latveria with its own different territories, he can open up the world to a whole new place in the galaxy. Because the fact is, one of the reasons why Araco was considered the capital planet of Sol System was because it was its own individual system, one culture that could actually speak for itself. So now that Earth, wow, I'm really going to be serving Doom. Yes, now that planet Latveria, now that Earth has that sense, and it also has Doom as a singular leader to Earth, we could probably even see something like that in the future issues. And I'm really hoping we do. Having North make us go very cosmic. So he has guaranteed two things. One, no more conflict. He is not going to tolerate war between nations. And after everything we've been experiencing, and so many people have been experiencing over the past couple of years, I think that's something the world would need. And next one, all forms of healthcare and education is completely paid for. I would greatly appreciate that. I would love to see my debts hit zero. How could I not? So many people out there struggling to pay back these type of debts, struggling to pay for their health being taken seriously. It's education and health. And the thing is, he truly actually believes this. This isn't him pandering to people. Like, the thing with characters like we've had these scenarios before. A former villain gaining some level of prominence, and using that to up their own power, up their own profile, and stuff like that. Like, for example, the Dark Reign era with Norman Osborn, and how he got to that level of power, and he tried to make himself look good. He tried to villainize the heroes, and he tried to do things for the people. Kingpin when he was mayor of New York. But the thing about Doom is that he is a good leader. He actually cares about his people. So he wants to take care of them. And the difference is, Doom doesn't feel the need to actually prove he's this powerful leader, because he already feels like he knows it. So he has to make sure what his plan is about is making sure that the people already benefit, because he's already taken care of Latveria. Latveria, there was no crime. Everyone's healthcare was paid for. Education was already paid for. He's spreading that to the rest of the planet. Latveria was already so loyal to him. He's getting that from the rest of the planet. This is what's separating him from characters like the Kingpin, like, what was the other one I mentioned? Like Norman Osborn. How the hell did I forget that? Jesus. He doesn't need to prove anything. So he's going to just come in, he's going to fix everything, and he's not going to have some sly plan. We don't, even if he is, we don't know what it is. The hard part, like the easy part, look, Kingpin was always going to kill people, and he wants to destroy the heroes. He'll work on getting his own money. Norman Osborn's insane. Doom just wants the world to be a better place and see him on top. see himself on top. He just wants to create what he thinks humanity should be. That's what's going to be hard for the heroes. They could find something incriminating on Kingpin, spread that to the world, and then they got him. Then that'll get him. They with Norman Osborn, he went insane, and they revealed that he was doing all this dark stuff in Dark Reign, and he started a war with Asgard, and so yeah, that was going to get rid away from him. Doom is a lot more careful. He is doing things for people that they will greatly appreciate. So that's going to be the real hard part. It's not just he's in charge. He says, "You heroes do this. Why should we believe you?" It's more like, but he's given us everything we need. He's actually creating something good. What exactly is wrong with that? Judging from what I've seen from other previews of other comics, it doesn't look like he's going to be straight off go at other heroes. He's probably going to let them do what they've always done, take care of people, because that's not exactly against what he wants. And it's not like they can discredit him again, because that's where it really gets fun in this comic. So so after the speech, we see some intense moments during the speech, including him taking on this general that was going to try and plan a coup, as well as other places that were going to try and plan a coup, and he's just getting rid of any form of contest against him. There's another word for that. For any form of resistance against him. So, this book really shows, like I said in a previous video, Doom is crafty. I feel like a lot of times writers don't get that. They focus on his power. They focus on his arrogance. But they don't really understand his sense of plans within plans within plans. This is something I feel like even Ewing might have missed. I say that, but at the same time, a lot of times when he wrote Doom, a lot of his books were actually also getting cancelled a bit prematurely. So yeah, I could also be wrong. But I really felt like Ewing focused on the power too. North showing his intelligence. I can't help but think that's perfect because North is a very intelligent man. So, we have Zemo going at him because, of course, Zemo was not going to let a Romani man dictate the actions of every person on Earth. So, we're following the heroes. They're trying to go in the way Zemo did, but they can't. The reason they can't, especially with characters like Wanda, and Doctor Strange, why they struggle to open the field. I've seen a lot of people complaining about how does this work? Why can't she get in? So I'm going to explain something here. The Sorcerer Supreme is more than just a title. It's not just the most powerful person on the planet. It's the best and most appropriate sorcerer, and gains like a blessing, so to speak, from the Vishanti, making themselves far more powerful. Because if Doom could do this at any point, like if this is still Doom at his regular strength, he would have done this a long time ago. But now he has this massive boost in power, massive influence on magic on Earth. So now he's a lot more powerful. That includes against the likes of the Scarlet Witch, maybe some aspects of even the Fantastic Four, and maybe even Storm, even though she just recently attained the Eternal Storm. Check out Storm 5 this week. It looks good. I've made a couple of bad jokes about it already, but I'm really excited for what we're going to see. So, even with all this power, Doom knows he can't just go annihilating the heroes. He probably wants to. He probably would want to. But he can't. The fact is, if he went around and slaughtered all these heroes who are symbols to people, he then will have so much work. Because he would have made martyrs out of them. And then it would have proved his point. Like, it would have been against his point. People would have wanted the heroes back, or people would have both seen the fallen hero and tried to rise up against him. And he doesn't want that. So what does he do? He gets himself a scapegoat. He gets Zemo. This is what makes this so clever. No one wants to see the heroes dead. They want to see the villains in their stories dead. Baron Zemo, Hydra, no bigger villain to anybody. Nazis, no bigger villain. So, he gets somebody that he knows people won't miss, kills them, put him up in the situation, have the heroes reveal this idea that he's dead to try and discriminate it. Not discriminate, discredit. So the heroes are trying to use the fact that Doom killed Zemo to discredit Doom by saying he's still this guy, he's still this bad guy, he's still this killer. This is good because it backfires on them massively. This is how smart, how tactful, and how just intelligent Doom is. This is who Doom really is. He gets what he wants, and he gets the heroes to get him what he wants. So he essentially creates the opposite of a martyr. He turns Zemo and Hydra into a sacrificial lamb. Because after they reveal that Zemo's dead, Hydra goes nuts. And they go around killing people, they go around attacking people. So he comes up and plays the hero. He comes up with the epic Tyrannosaurus Doomosaurus Rex. They go on a killing spree, killing all these people of Hydra who just went insane and started killing everyone else. So, of course, this was going to gain some form of loyalty. So this book not only introduced the fact that people would want Doom, he earned the loyalty of the people by, for starters, giving them the things they needed, uniting it under a single flag, doing some things we still don't know what, because we still don't know how he managed to gain the loyalty of all the leaders of the planet. That's still something that hasn't been revealed and something that was probably worked on during his time when Latveria was completely covered. We still don't know what happened during that 6-month period. I'm really excited to learn that. So, he didn't just show the fact he earned their loyalty also by showing he's going to protect them. These other heroes, they're going to do things that are risky, that could put people in danger, and so he's going to swoop in, and he's going to be the big hero. He's going to be the one that protects the people. Everyone else, they're just jealous that Doom's doing a better job of helping the planet, and Doom is actually going to help the planet. So he's going to make himself the big hero. He has officially earned the loyalty and trust of everyone on the planet. Go Doom. He played the heroes like a fiddle. Like he did Reed and Sue when it came to the Fated Blade. Ryan North is doing an exceptional job showing how intelligent Doom is. He is 5 steps ahead of everybody else. It's probably one of the reasons why this is going to be a very, very long event. Like, normally events go for 6 issues. This one goes for 9 and has quite a few tie-ins. And I'm really excited to see how many more we can go for. I'm excited to see the fallout. There's probably going to be a lot of fallout from this. Because here's the thing. Because Doom is now so ingrained and has the absolute loyalty of the planet, I wouldn't be surprised that when it finishes, there are going to be people out there that are going to miss Doom. They're going to, I don't know how they're going to depose Doom. I don't know what Doom's going to do or what the heroes are going to do or for all we know, what actually happens in the end is that Doom might make some sacrifice play and they just lose this ultimate ruler. So yeah, I don't know what that happens, but I get the feeling there are going to be people that are going to say, I wish Doom was still here. I wish Doom was still in charge. I didn't have this problems when Doom was around. That's probably what's going to be the big thing. Everyone was happy when Fisk was gone. Everyone was happy when... What's his name was gone? Fuck. Again, why am I forgetting this guy's name? Why am I always forgetting this one's name? Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot it again. Jesus Christ, who was it? Osborn! Oh, fucking hell, Green Goblin, man! Oh. That's what's fascinating about this book. Everything that Doom got, he got almost honestly. There's 50% honesty and 50% dishonesty. Still pretty good compared to what he could, all the things he could have done. So that's why this one is going to be a real hard one for the heroes. This is not good and evil. This is good versus freaking Doom. And the reason why they've never been able to take out Doom before is because he just inspires loyalty and he knows how to help people. So, other things I want to talk about with this book. It's really cool. It's really cool. The thing is, Ryan recently has been more known to be a very upbeat writer. He's very joking. He's very fun. He's very lighthearted. This is like I said in the other one. This is him really pulling out all the stops. He is not being nice anymore. This is Ryan North being mean. We just had like it's just like the Willem Dafoe thing. You got Willem Dafoe, Willem Friends. We got Ryan North. We got Ryan North and Ryan North. He's a very versatile writer, and this is just showing that. I have no idea what's going to happen after this. He is constantly keeping me on my toes. I remember reading his Secret Invasion, and I just could not figure out what was going to happen next. I spent months on the edge of my seat. He is a phenomenal writer. I'm really glad he's writing this, and I'm really hoping for a lot more to come after. So, with the other heroes, they're trying. They're trying to catch up, but it's hard. We definitely have a few standout moments, like the fact that, like this really epic moment here, where Susan creates the I'm going to take a thing as a Boeing 747, a proper jumbo jet, and he kept to carry all the heroes. This is really good because it's showing that she makes these constructs that are incredibly complex. A lot of times in many recent years, it's the most basic thing. And this is just intense. And I'm really loving it. And we also got this fun moment here. This hasn't been done in a while. We haven't done a proper Johnny Storm and Spider-Man interaction. This was fun. It was the big lighthearted part. It was good. I've missed this. This was taken from us when Zeb Wells did the whole thing in Spider-Man, and everyone hated Spider-Man. That was not okay, but now we have the friendship back. We're getting it a little bit in Greg Weisman's Spectacular Spider-Man. If you're not reading that book, check it out. If you want lighthearted, almost no consequence, and just fun books with Peter Parker and Miles Morales, read Spectacular Spider-Man. It's a great book. It's so much fun, and Greg really does actually know what he's doing. I think he should actually be on the main line of Amazing Spider-Man. I would trust him because apparently I just found out this recently. He also did some work on a couple of the episodes of Spectacular Spider-Man. That show was awesome. I loved it. I might have to go give that one a rewatch. So yes, we have a Spidey and Human Torch interaction. That was funny, and that was just classic then. So, pretty much, what we got so far. Doom in control of the world. Heroes try to prove he's still Doom. Heroes prove he's still Doom. Doom shows, well, here's what Doom is now. It's I don't even know how the words to describe it. It's a very fascinating book, really focusing on the social political climate in which we live in. What type of person this world could really use at the moment? Because the fact is, there have been a lot of times and a lot of comics where they tried to do the whole a hero is an out-of-date concept. That was even the whole point of the first Civil War, trying to create a new way of heroism, but is it right or wrong? This is definitely one that's taking so much more, especially out of the current era of the world we live in today, and how this would, how heroes would affect, how this super villain will affect. We're being very conscious of the world living in this book. That's what's amazing about it. Because I think so many of us would listen to Doom, and even with his name, even the things he's done, if he's actually going to give us this stuff, I think a lot of us would probably take the chance. I think Ryan knows that. So, when it comes to number 2, the next one is going to be the next issue of Fantastic Four, Fantastic Four 29. From the preview images, from things I've heard, I think there's going to be a bit of a time skip, probably like a month or two, and the heroes really face the fact they've lost. That was what really was happening at the end of this comic. The heroes lost. They tried to prove something, and they failed. Because of that, Doom now owns the heart and mind of pretty much everybody on this planet. So yeah, if you didn't really realize that, this was a loss. The heroes lost. The heroes were beaten. So they're probably going to go around again. And that's probably even what's going to be coming up in a couple more comics, just popping up. They're going to be talking about how Doom rules them now. It's a fascinating concept. Like, the heroes lost, but did they lose to a bad guy? I don't know. We don't know if what is going to depose Doom is him actually going to be a bad guy. Yeah. Ryan is very smart with this. He knows, like, he's making sure we're going to keep asking questions, but we got to understand the direction we're going in. I'm really excited to see what happens next. I'm really excited to see the some of the tie-in books. I don't know if what's gonna happen in Storm 5 is gonna be like really intense or explanatory, but I know a lot of those tie-in issues are probably gonna explain so many different things. I don't think it's gonna be one of those events where you gotta read every single little tie-in issue to understand everything. In fact, I would just recommend reading the main event and the Fantastic Four. That's probably going to be the only ones you need. So, wrapping up, it's a very fascinating book. I did not expect this level of social conscience. I did not expect to see this type of stuff from Doom on this type of event. I did not expect to see this from Ryan North, and I'm very, very happy to see it. With this type of story, it keeps you on edge. Because the fact is, we probably wouldn't want Doom gone. He's probably actually going to take care of us. He's not out to prove anything. He's actually going to do stuff. He's going to make sure that we as a society can continue. So, how do the heroes get rid of that? How do they beat that? How do they beat a guy that's genuinely right and he's actually doing things to help? I have no idea. And that's where Ryan wants you. Ryan knows what he's doing. And I'm very excited to see what he's going to do next. Alright, guys. If you have any thoughts on One World Under Doom, leave them into the comments. Please leave a like and subscribe. It always makes me keep coming back. And once again, bye!